G'day all, bit of an update, bit of an unusual one. I'm in a car and I'm driving. I've got nothing to do with bikes right now, and that would be the reason for this update. It's kind of, it's not a sad one, it's just an annoying one, but obviously everybody is in the midst of COVID lockdown and all the crap that's going on, and in amongst all of this, I've lost a heap of racing time. Training has been reasonably disrupted. Work has been a nightmare. Plus being a close contact for a COVID case, which meant some quarantine stuff and getting jabs and getting tested and complying with this and mucking around with that. It's just been honestly dead frustrating, and I won't say I'm completely over it, but it's just been shit in a nutshell. So what is it now, September something or other, middle of September, and basically the latest updates I can give anybody, I'm supposed to have done another 2 rounds of the Rocky Trail entertainment racing, and they both got shut down because of the COVID lockdown, so no racing there. In about a month's time, or just over 5 weeks time, I was supposed to be going to Western Australia, both myself and Jose, to team up and do what they call Cape to Cape, not to be confused with Cape Epic. Cape to Cape is a 4-day stage race, which is still pretty intense, over in the south of Western Australia, a couple of hours south of Perth. And we got an email last night, I think it was, saying, looking at the way things are going, if you want to change to this, that and the other, now's the time to do it. Basically they're saying it's going to be very hard for you to travel to us with border restrictions, and if not impossible. And looking at the way that we're currently situated, it would be, to go over and do a 4-day race would be nearly 5 weeks off work for me. It would be fly over, 2 weeks quarantine at about $4,000 at that end, go down a day to travel and prep, at 4 days of racing, a day back and travel back, and then another 2 weeks of quarantine at this end, albeit I believe I could do a home quarantine on that one from memory, so it wouldn't be another $4,000, but all the same, just a pain in the ass in general. So that's out. As for the big end goal, the big kahuna, the Cape Epic, they're supposed to be running the October version of what would have been on in March that got shut down. So next month in theory. At the moment it's still going ahead over there. They did offer it up to me that, couldn't make March because of the shutdown, come over in October, but we still can't fly, so that was never even an option. Plus South Africa being effectively the same climate as us here, going over in October, that means I've had a crappy winter training. If I'd known I was going in October, I still would have trained through it, but I wouldn't have been in as good a shape, and you'd be going over to the chance of having some really cold, shitty days possible still in October over there. Cape Epic for me has always been a summer race. That's what makes it, it's hugely hot and dusty. It actually gets cold at night and even quite cool in the mornings, but generally it's a hot summer dusty race, and I really wanted to get through a summer's worth of training to go and race it in preparation for the heat and all the rest. But remains to be seen if March next year is open to travel. I'm going to have to make the call about early January as to whether, early to mid-January, so 2 months out from the race, as to whether flights are on and we're not doing crazy quarantine dollars and stays and all that sort of thing, as to whether I'm going. At the moment, it's looking pretty dicey, and if I'm being honest and being a betting person, I'd say it's not going to be on for anyone from Australia anyway. I'm still training up like I'm working towards it, so that's all I can do. Anyway, two things came of that thinking was a lot of people have pitched in with my GoFundMe to help me pay for at least the entry fee, and I've technically half paid my entry fee via donations, and the other half I've already paid myself. Airlines and all the rest, well, I knew that was coming. I'll pay for that whenever it comes to it. Your money has not gone to waste from that point of view, in that if I don't get to go in March, I'll just postpone it for yet another year, because they can carry it one more year to go across. The other thought was, depending on how this whole international travel rubbish is happening, the people that own Cape Epic, own Ironman and a number of other events, they also have a huge, very similar race to Cape Epic in New Zealand called the Pioneer, which is, I think it's 2 days less, 1 or 2 days less, I think it's 2 days less all up, and a couple of thousand meters more vertical gain all up, so it's actually much harder again in terms of climbing, which is scary as hell, to be honest. But being that would be a BHAG, a big hairy audacious goal, if people can't come to travel agreements around the world to get to South Africa, that might be a backup. At the moment, the Pioneer's cancelled indefinitely because of all of the COVID rubbish, but they haven't said that they're not coming back. I've actually sent them messages to say, let me know if you've got plans. Haven't heard anything from them, but that's okay. But if Cape Epic falls down for March next year, that might be the other place where I can possibly take the entry from Cape Epic and put it towards the Pioneer if they're coming back, and if I'm allowed to swing it across country entries. I don't know if I can, we'll see. Extenuating circumstances, I'll call it, but we'll see. Anyway, my big goal, my heart, my passion is to get across to South Africa and finish this goddamn race, because it's the most vicious thing on earth to me. So whilst there are technically harder races to go and do in places in terms of prestige and the race that everybody measures themselves by, Cape Epic is still it, so I still want to get to that. I did have a look at the Swiss Epic. They showed the 4 or 5 days coverage of that, and it looks absolutely beautiful and amazing and hard, and I think that's just on the bucket list of things to do, because it looks like a really cool race. But a few things are changing at my end. As of next May, I'm moving from where I'm currently living to go further north where it's a bit warmer. So for the moment, I'll be training as much as I can with my riding buddy and my other mates, and we will see what we can do with a view to getting my butt to Cape Epic. My racing mate Jose might be a little bit pushed to get to Cape Epic. Realistically, I think it might be a little bit outside his realms, but I'll work on that. That's just my big goal, so we'll see what we can do. Anyway, strange update, I know, coming from the road, talking to you like this, obviously hands-free, because yeah, it's driving home from work, so hands-free, haha. Yeah, it's been a bit of a weird one, so I just thought I'd touch base this way and leave you something. I'm really resigned to the fact that there's basically going to be no racing between now and Christmas. Certainly some training done, the weather's getting warmer, so that'll be cool. That sounds weird. Weather's warmer, it'll be getting cool. That's cool. Anyway, you know what I mean. It's good that it's getting warmer. I will keep my massage therapist busy, I'm pretty sure. Playing around with a few new iterations on the bike and trying a few different things, which has been cool. But until we get out of some form of lockdown where we can travel and maybe not necessarily race, but we can travel and train at different places and experience different things. I hate to say it, but we just have to put up with this crap, and as much as it's getting me down, we're not in that bad a place compared to other countries in the world, South Africa being one of them. So to get to South Africa at the moment, apparently they're dealing with a new strain of COVID. I can't think, they haven't given a name from memory, but them and somewhere in South America has got some newer variant to Delta, and it doesn't sound like it's great. So South Africa might be really off limits for a while yet, and I'm sure it'll make its way around the world the way it has been doing. So that's how it goes. So from me to you guys, thank you for all the support. I'm not saying I'm not dead yet. I'm far from it. I'm not even remotely close to being beaten. The warm weather coming means more riding one way or another. Even in lockdown stuff, I can get out into the forest where the only other things out there are kangaroos and wallabies and wombats and snakes, so I'm good with that. Anyway, it's about enough of me rambling from the road. I will talk to everybody as I can. See yous.